welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sunshine Zee, and if it's your first time here, if you're new to this channel, then you are welcome, and please feel free to comment, like, and most importantly, do consider subscribing. The subscribe button is the red button, and it's absolutely free, and you're absolutely welcome to join us. And if you are returning, or more importantly, if you are a subscriber, if you are the real one, welcome back. I do hope that you're well, and you know I truly appreciate you. And how have you been doing? Feel free to let me know how you've been doing and how's life going for you. And yeah, let's get into this video. Before we get into the video, I always forget to do the right thing before getting into the video. And the right thing that I need to do today is, first of all, shout out to my flowers, which are still alive and still really looking really good. I don't know if you can see them. Like, I can't get over them. But actually that wasn't what I was supposed to talk about. I just wanted to wish every mother out there happy Mother's Day on this beautiful Sunday. We really appreciate all the mothers, whether you be a stepmother, a bonus mother rather, actually, you know, stepmother has some other connotations. Maybe you're a bonus mom, or maybe your children are no more, or whatever the case might be. Happy Mother's Day to you. I really think this is an important occasion to celebrate, because mothers really just do so much for us, and I just want to send some love to those who have lost their mothers. Just sending you some extra love today, because I know it might be a difficult day for you today. So, you know, just thinking about you, sending you lots of prayers and love. And if you can, it depends on how you feel. Like, I know some years are better than others. You know, some years you want to celebrate, some years you might want to just maybe stay away from social media and all of those. But if you can, maybe just celebrate with the memories of your mom. And I think the most amazing thing is that, you know, most of us have experienced motherly love in some form or another, you know, whether it be from our biological mothers or just women around us who helped raise us, you know. And yeah, so just celebrate those moms, or even your mother who might not be with us anymore. But yeah, I hope this is a wonderful, blessed Sunday. Now let's get into the video. I'm going to be honest with you. Today's video, I conceptualized it, I think 2 days ago, but I didn't write my notes. I didn't really prepare, but I did schedule myself to say I'm going to film it today, but nothing went as planned today. But I'm still going to try and film it. Well, I'm filming it now, so to show you how unprepared I am, these are my notes. I didn't even, you know, write the concept down or anything like that, but I really wanted to share it, and I did promise you guys that I would try and be consistent. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm currently just sort of juggling a few things at the same time, hence why things are not it's not easy for me to keep up with the consistency. But the good news is I've started my own little business. I'll tell you about it perhaps in some other video, hopefully sometime soon, because I would like your support. So I will make a special video regarding that. But what I'm talking about today actually is inspired by that, and the topic we're going to cover today is how to start. And it's not necessarily how to start a business, it's how to start anything. And this I'm no expert, right? The only reason I'm sharing this is that these are the things that I myself, you know, feel like I overcame some of these things, actually all of them. I'm going to touch on 3 points. And I feel like that's what got me started, because somebody actually asked me why this. Okay, maybe that's something I'll answer in the video where I talk about my small business, but I think it got me thinking about how did I actually start? How did I get started with this? How is this now an actual thing where I have orders, I've got customers, like I've got little things going on. It's far from perfect, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So the number one thing about starting, please note, this is all just my opinion. As I said, I am not an expert, but the number one thing that I think is crucial to starting is what Nike says, which is just start. Just start. Like, stop overthinking. And this is coming from one overthinker. If overthinker was a person, it would be me. Like, next to the word overthinker, there would be my picture. Because, and I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a lot of people who do that, who stop themselves from doing anything just because we tend to overthink things. And, like I said, Nike has it, like Nike advises us very well, I might add. Just do it. As simple as that. Just start. Just do it. Like, I even want to speak in my language. But like, that's how much I want to explain to you that there is not going to be a perfect time. There isn't going to be, like, nothing. There's not going to be a sign. And you know what? Actually, let me put it this way. The sign is that you have the idea. That's the sign. Because that idea, the next person didn't have that idea. So you have that idea. You saw that gap in the market. You saw that need that needs to be fulfilled. So that's the sign. Don't wait for another sign. That's the sign. Just start. Number 2 tip about how to start is to do it afraid. And I believe it's not the first time I'm talking about this on this channel, and once again, it's because it's something I myself have had to overcome, which is fear. When you are just about to do something, fear sets in, and fear comes in all sorts of ways. I think I spoke about how we fear what will people say, will people accept it? Will people buy the product? Will people pay for such a service? Will people think I'm desperate? What will people think about me? All of that, all of those fears. What if I don't sell? What if people don't like my product? Like, there's just a lot of what ifs, right? So please note that I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't do your research. I mean, obviously try. Although I don't really do my research with my business. And it's just started, so I can't even tell if it's a success or not. But there are some orders, so clearly some people need the product, right? So I'm not saying don't do, due diligence when it comes to, maybe doing a market study, or just checking if other people are doing it or how they're doing it, how you can do it differently, all of those good things. Those are really good things. How can you differentiate yourself from what other people are doing already, who are already in that space, right? Who are already selling that product or selling that service. So I'm not saying don't do those things. I am saying don't let those things stop you from doing it. Don't let those things stop you from starting. Okay, so the second thing is do it afraid. So you might be shaking, you might be thinking nobody's going to buy your product, and you're afraid that you're going to fail. And I think most of us are afraid of failure, and it's because we've made failure to be such a bad thing. But if you really think about it, failure means that you are doing something, you're at least trying, right? Because I just don't think there's any honor in somebody who's just stagnant and they're saying, well, at least I'm not failing. I'd rather somebody who has 10 failed businesses or 10 failed ideas or inventions or whatever it might be. At least they've attempted something. than somebody who's sitting there saying, well, I'm safe because I haven't tried anything. Okay, so do it afraid. Number 3, and this is the last one, do it imperfectly. Is it imperfectly? I think so. I'm just not doubting if I'm saying the right thing. But do not wait for perfection. Do not wait until you have everything set up. And I say this because I'm also one person who would have ideally liked to have, the email address with my business business email address, everything, logos and letterheads and all of these really amazing things. I think at some point I was looking for like a graphic designer, maybe to make little business cards and all of these things, and those things it never happened, but I still started, so I'm not talking about, I'm not advising you to start without those things. I've started without those things. A lot of people have started without the website, the page. All of those things, once again, are great if you can set those things up. However, think about it this way. You're not even sure if this is going to take off or not, right? And you have this idea in your mind, and you just want it to be successful. First of all, you need to realize that there's no guarantee whenever it comes to anything. Like I said, I'm kind of leaning towards talking about business, but I'm really talking about just anything. There's no guarantee with whatever it is. If it's a new thing, if it's something you haven't done before, there's always that risk that it might fail, right? Now, you might want to have all sorts of things, and if you can, go for it, and if you have the money or whatever. But I would really advise that you not overly invest in something that you don't know if it will take off or not. So start small, really, really, really just start small. I think when I say start imperfectly, I'm really just referring to there is no perfect starting point. You can't have staff members and uniform for the staff members and a place that is yours, that you own. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you actually start in your own kitchen. Say you want to sell sandwiches or something like that, start making the sandwiches in the kitchen. Look at what you have. I'm not trying to make this into a sermon, but I think we all know that sermon, we God asks Moses, what do you have in your hand? And I think it's just such an important thing. What do you already have? And just think about that. What do you already have at your disposal? What can you already do? Because with my small business, I only just started speaking to people. I think it's been a couple of days now. By the first 2 months of me selling the product that I'm selling, I was just talking to my family and friends, and they bought the product. Maybe some of them were just buying out of support. I really appreciate it, by the way, because it gave me the courage to keep going. The one sale gave me the courage to talk to the next person, and that sale gave me the courage to talk to another person. And not everybody's gonna like your product, by the way. I always talk about this. You're not entitled to people's support or anything like that, but all I'm saying is that you never know. It's surprising how people can really just be supportive, and some of them are genuinely into the service or genuinely like the product that you have to offer. So that's where you start with what you have, the audience that you have. I don't yet have an Instagram page. It's coming soon, so hopefully when I do when I do a video on the business, I will have my pages set up nicely. Really, I would like to have that. But what I'm saying is that I'm still selling. So me not having an Instagram page right now does not mean I'm not selling. Yes, I could be reaching more people, 100%. However, I started with what I had, and it's almost like, have you seen when a baby takes their first steps and they're a little wobbly? And that's what it is. You start from where you are. You start shaking, like the baby. You're unsure. You're still holding on to to things. So I was holding on to my contact list. I was like, okay, who do I know? I've got friends, let me reach out to them, you know. And I think it's also helpful to start with people that you know, because some of them feel comfortable enough to give you feedback, you know. And I guess you can also test on how well you take feedback, you know, before you start taking feedback from strangers. But that's how you start. And guys, really, there's nothing more I can say than to say, just do it. Just get started and take it from there. That's all for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed the content. Do let me know what you think in the comments section. Give it a massive thumbs up, and do not forget to consider subscribing. That red button, please click it, and I'll see you in my next video. Please do take care. Until the next one, have a blessed Sunday. Love and light to you all.